My beloved brothers and sisters, have you ever wondered why, despite the challenges, some people seem to move through life with a quiet ease, a peace that others long for, and doors opening where none seem to exist? It's not luck, it's not coincidence, it's a blessing, a divine favor from Allah that touches the hearts, protects the soul, and lights the path even in the darkest of times. Today we are going to explore 7 profound signs that indicate when Allah's favor is upon you. These signs are subtle yet transformative, guiding you toward a life of purpose, contentment, and unwavering hope. As we journey through them, you may begin to recognize blessings in your own life that you once overlooked, moments where the unseen hand of Allah has been quietly shaping your destiny, and a reassurance that you are indeed held, cherished, and guided by Him. From the moment you wake up to the moment you rest your head at night, there is a profound sense of peace that surrounds your soul. It is not the absence of trials or hardships, but the presence of a deep, unshakable tranquility that comes from knowing that every breath you take, every heartbeat, every moment of your life is under the mercy and guidance of Allah. You may find that in times of difficulty, while the world seems chaotic and uncertain, your heart remains steady, anchored in the certainty of divine wisdom. You notice a clarity of purpose in your decisions and a lightness in your spirit that cannot be explained by worldly circumstances. Even when challenges arise, you do not despair, for you feel an invisible hand guiding you, whispering reminders of patience, resilience, and trust. The small victories in your life, the seemingly ordinary moments that others may overlook, resonate deeply within you because you sense them as gifts, manifestations of divine favor. Gratitude flows naturally from your heart. You recognize the blessings that surround you, whether it is the breath of life, the love of family, the beauty of nature, or the simple joys of everyday living. This peace is also reflected in your interactions with others. You notice that people are drawn to your calm demeanor, your gentle words, and your ability to listen and empathize. There is a subtle aura about you, a magnetism that does not come from fame, wealth, or power, but from the reflection of divine mercy within your character. You become aware that your actions carry weight beyond the material realm, that your kindness, sincerity, and compassion touch hearts and plant seeds of goodness in the world. Prayer and remembrance of Allah feel effortless and natural, not burdensome or obligatory. You find solace in turning to Him, and your connection feels intimate and deeply personal. You sense His presence in your life in ways both grand and subtle. The answered prayers that come unexpectedly, the guidance that arrives just in time, and the protection from harm that you only realize in hindsight. There is a resilience that accompanies you, a strength to endure trials without bitterness, a capacity to forgive, and a willingness to seek justice tempered with mercy. This inner peace is not passive. It inspires action, motivates growth, and fosters a life that seeks to please Allah in every thought, word, and deed. As days turn into months and years, this tranquility becomes a signature of your being. Even when the world outside rages with injustice, confusion, or hardship, you remain a beacon of calmness, a reflection of Allah's favor, a testimony that His love and guidance are not distant concepts but living realities that shape your heart and guide your journey. This sign manifests quietly but powerfully, leaving no doubt that those who experience it are among the ones whom Allah has chosen to bless abundantly in ways that transcend the material, touching the soul, shaping the character, and lighting a path that others might aspire to follow. Faith in Allah is not just a belief you hold lightly or a concept you repeat in words. It is the very foundation of your existence, the lens through which you see the world, the compass that guides your every step. When Allah favors a person, their faith becomes unshakable, resilient against the storms of doubt and the tempests of life's trials. You may find that even when the world around you seems uncertain or chaotic, you have a profound certainty in Allah's wisdom, mercy, and plan for you. This faith is not blind, it is alive, breathing through every action, thought, and intention. It manifests in your decisions, in the way you approach challenges, and in the way you respond to setbacks. You no longer question why things happen the way they do, but rather you seek the lessons, the growth, and the divine purpose embedded in every situation. There is a quiet confidence in your heart that comes from knowing that Allah is always near, aware of your struggles, listening to your prayers, and providing guidance even before you articulate your needs. This faith shields you from despair and fills you with hope. Regardless of circumstances, you find yourself trusting in Allah's timing, even when it contradicts your own desires or plans. Understanding that what He decrees is always best for you, your heart clings to prayer as naturally as a bird clings to the sky, finding solace in moments of connection and strength in moments of solitude. Unshakable faith also transforms your relationships and interactions. You become a source of inspiration and comfort for others because people can sense the deep-rooted trust you have in Allah's plan. Your words carry sincerity, your actions reflect integrity, and your demeanor exudes peace, even in the face of adversity. You are less swayed by the opinions of others, the fleeting trends of society, or the allure of worldly temptations. Because your anchor is in the eternal, you recognize that true power, true success, and true security lie in submission to Allah and in aligning your will with His divine wisdom. Your faith manifests as patience and perseverance. Difficulties no longer break you, but refine you. Disappointments no longer embitter you, but teach you humility and resilience. Losses do not make you despair, but awaken gratitude for the blessings that remain. Even when fear and uncertainty knock at your door, your heart responds with prayer, surrender, and trust, knowing that Allah's favor surrounds you in ways both seen and unseen. This faith grows like a tree planted in fertile soil, its roots deep and unyielding, its branches reaching towards the sky, offering shelter and shade to those around you. It nourishes your soul, giving clarity, purpose, and direction. Every act of worship, every moment of reflection, every sincere intention becomes a testament to the divine favor upon your life. You notice that doors open when they should, guidance appears when needed, and strength is provided when you feel weakest. Your faith is both a shield and a source of light, illuminating your path and the paths of others, revealing that the hand of Allah is always guiding, always protecting, and always blessing those whom He favors in profound, life-transforming ways. One of the most profound signs that Allah favors a person is the subtle yet undeniable guidance that flows through their life, shaping decisions and directing paths with divine wisdom. This guidance is not always loud or obvious, but it manifests in a clarity that others may not see, a quiet conviction that settles in the heart when choices must be made. You find that when faced with dilemmas or crossroads, your mind and soul align, pointing you toward what is right, just, and beneficial. It is as though an invisible hand gently nudges you, steering you away from pitfalls and toward opportunities that serve your highest good. This divine guidance often comes through various channels: intuition that feels inspired, advice that resonates deeply, signs in your surroundings, or even a calmness that descends upon you when you pray and seek direction. When Allah favors someone, decisions that might confuse or paralyze others become clear. You feel certainty in your choices, a peace in knowing that your path is in alignment with divine wisdom. Even if the outcome is not exactly as you envisioned, there is trust in the process and the understanding that Allah's plan is always better than your own. You notice that your life seems to fall into place in ways that cannot be attributed to mere luck or coincidence. Opportunities appear at just the right moment. Relationships form with meaningful purpose, and challenges are presented in ways that strengthen rather than break you. The timing of events, the people who cross your path, and the lessons you learn are orchestrated with precision, revealing the fingerprints of Allah's favor on your life. This consistent guidance also nurtures discernment. You develop an inner wisdom that helps distinguish what aligns with truth, morality, and spiritual growth from what distracts or harms. Decisions that might have been weighed down by anxiety or uncertainty become easier because your heart and mind have been trained to listen to the subtle whispers of divine insight. You begin to trust not only in Allah's external signs, but also in the internal compass He has placed within you, a compass that points unerringly toward righteousness and away from what is harmful. Your guidance is not limited to personal gain. It extends to how you influence the world around you. The choices you make impact your family, friends, and community positively because they are rooted in divine favor. People notice your calm decisiveness, your ability to act with integrity, and the wisdom in your actions. They are drawn to your example, even if they cannot fully understand the source of your clarity. Ultimately, this sign reveals a deep connection with Allah, where guidance is not just about navigating life efficiently, but about aligning every step with a higher purpose. It is a reminder that those whom Allah favors are not left to wander aimlessly, but are nurtured with insight, protected with foresight, and empowered to make decisions that honor the divine, benefit others, and elevate their own soul. It is a blessing that transforms ordinary choices into acts of destiny, ordinary moments into opportunities for spiritual growth, and ordinary life into a journey illuminated by the quiet certainty of Allah's favor. A life touched by Allah's favor is marked by a deep and enduring sense of gratitude and contentment that permeates every aspect of your being. This is not a fleeting feeling that arises only when things go well, nor is it limited to material blessings. It is a profound awareness that every breath, every heartbeat, every moment of existence is a gift from the most merciful, a blessing woven into the very fabric of your life. When Allah favors a person, gratitude becomes more than an act. It becomes the rhythm of their soul, the lens through which they perceive the world, and the melody that colors every thought, word, and deed. You notice that even in times of challenge, when circumstances might seem harsh or uncertain, your heart remains anchored in thankfulness. You are able to see beyond immediate difficulties, recognizing lessons, growth, and hidden blessings that others might overlook. Where the world sees scarcity, you see abundance. Where others see loss, you sense opportunity. And where many feel dissatisfaction, your heart whispers, Alhamdulillah, all praise is for Allah. This contentment is not a passive resignation, but an active embrace of life as it is. With trust in Allah's wisdom and timing, you experience a serenity that flows from the understanding that nothing reaches you except by His decree, and that everything, both joys and trials, carries divine purpose. Sustained gratitude shapes your character and relationships. You become more patient, gentle, and forgiving because you recognize that everyone is on their own path and that Allah's plan for each person is unique. Complaints and bitterness lose their grip on you. Instead, you offer kindness and generosity freely, not seeking recognition or reward from the world, but knowing that Allah sees and values your sincerity. Your contentment radiates outward, touching the lives of those around you, inspiring others to find peace in their own hearts and to recognize the blessings they may have overlooked. You also notice a subtle transformation in your desires and ambitions. You no longer chase endlessly after worldly things or measure your worth by comparison with others, because your heart is already full of appreciation for what you have. Your goals are guided by purpose, not ego, and your efforts are fueled by sincerity rather than desperation. This gratitude elevates ordinary moments into acts of worship. Eating becomes a blessing, working becomes a service, and loving becomes a reflection of divine mercy. Every interaction, every thought, every breath is infused with a mindful awareness that Allah's favor is ever present, shaping your perspective, nurturing your soul, and transforming the ordinary into the sacred. Sustained contentment does not mean complacency. Rather, it is a balanced state where ambition coexists with patience, desire aligns with gratitude, and action flows from faith. You find joy in simplicity, peace in sufficiency, and hope in reliance upon Allah's infinite mercy. Challenges do not diminish your gratitude. They refine it, revealing resilience and strength you may not have known you possessed. Life becomes a journey of constant recognition of Allah's blessings, an unfolding realization that the favor of Allah is present not only in extraordinary moments, but in the quiet, everyday rhythm of existence. It is a gift that continuously nurtures the heart, illuminates the soul, and manifests a life that is deeply rooted in the awareness of divine care and love. One of the most profound signs of Allah's favor is the subtle yet unmistakable protection that surrounds your life. This protection is not always dramatic or visible, but it is persistent, shielding you from dangers that you may never fully see or understand. You notice that situations which could have caused harm somehow resolve themselves, that misfortunes pass by without touching you, and that doors close or opportunities divert in ways that, in hindsight, safeguarded you from unseen trials. It is as though an invisible shield, woven from divine mercy and wisdom, encircles you, keeping you safe from what could have derailed your journey. This protection does not make you immune to the tests of life. Rather, it allows you to face challenges without being consumed by them. You may encounter trials, but they are tempered with ease, lessons, and opportunities for growth. The harshness is softened, the burden is lightened, and the dangers are often averted before they reach you. You begin to notice a rhythm in your life where calamities that affect others somehow pass by your path, a reflection of Allah's meticulous care for those He favors. There is a heightened awareness in your heart, a sense of vigilance and trust that comes from knowing Allah is ever watchful, guiding your steps and protecting you in ways both visible and unseen. This protection also manifests in the spiritual realm. You find your heart guarded against whispers of doubt, despair, and sin. Temptations that easily sway others seem less compelling to you, and your conscience responds swiftly when faced with moral choices. You experience a clarity in discerning right from wrong, truth from falsehood, and what leads to closeness with Allah versus what distances you from His mercy. It is as if your inner compass is calibrated by divine favor, keeping your soul safe even when the external world presents myriad threats. People around you may notice your resilience and composure in circumstances that unsettle others. They sense a sense of security, stability, and calm that comes from a life protected and guided by Allah's mercy. This favor allows you to move through the world with confidence, not arrogance, knowing that your steps are supported, your decisions guided, and your soul safeguarded. The protection extends beyond yourself. It touches your family, your loved ones, and those who depend on you, creating a ripple of safety, security, and blessing. Moreover, this divine favor instills a deep sense of humility and gratitude. You recognize that every safe passage, every avoided calamity, every moment of peace is not merely chance, but a manifestation of Allah's care. It fosters reliance upon Him, not self-reliance, and strengthens your devotion, for you understand that protection is a gift, not an entitlement. You walk through life with awareness, mindfulness, and prayer, appreciating the shield around you and striving to honor the one who grants it. It is a protection that shapes not only your circumstances, but your character, nurturing courage, patience, discernment, and faith, and signaling unmistakably that you are under the special care of Allah, whose favor manifests in both the seen and the unseen, guarding your journey, nurturing your growth, and ensuring that your path remains illuminated, safe, and blessed. Another unmistakable sign of Allah's favor is the way goodness and positive energy seem to naturally gravitate toward your life. When you are favored by Allah, you notice that people of integrity, kindness, and sincerity are drawn to you, often without any effort on your part. Your presence seems to inspire trust, warmth, and respect, creating an environment where righteousness, collaboration, and support flourish. It is as if Allah has surrounded you with guardians and companions, whose hearts and intentions are aligned with His divine wisdom, ensuring that your journey is enriched with positivity and guided by those who elevate your character. This attraction is not limited to people alone. Opportunities, blessings, and moments of divine timing also seem to converge in your life. You may encounter doors opening in ways that feel almost orchestrated, where help arrives when needed most, guidance appears at just the right time, and circumstances align to bring about growth and success. You begin to realize that these connections are not mere coincidence. They are manifestations of Allah's favor, His way of blessing your life with relationships and experiences that nurture your soul, strengthen your faith, and allow you to contribute meaningfully to the world. The presence of positive influences around you also impacts your own behavior and mindset. You are inspired to act with integrity, patience, and compassion because the company you keep reflects the values Allah wishes to cultivate in your life. Conversations carry depth, interactions carry sincerity, and every exchange has the potential to strengthen your faith and resolve. You notice that even in moments of disagreement or challenge, the intention of goodness persists, teaching you lessons of humility, empathy, and discernment. This sign also nurtures your capacity to benefit others. Those who are drawn into your life often leave transformed, uplifted, and encouraged. Your words and actions, influenced by Allah's favor, ripple outward, creating a cycle of positivity and blessing that extends far beyond your immediate circle. People are attracted to your wisdom, your calm demeanor, and your ability to inspire hope and courage, often without realizing the divine source of this magnetism. Moreover, this attraction of goodness reminds you of the responsibility that comes with Allah's favor. It is a call to nurture these relationships with care, to act with integrity, and to remain conscious of the influence you hold in the lives of others. Your life becomes a reflection of Allah's mercy and wisdom, showing that those whom He favors are not only protected and guided, but also positioned to attract and spread goodness in ways that strengthen their own faith and the faith of those around them. In every interaction, in every bond formed, and in every opportunity that arrives, there is a silent testimony of Allah's favor, a reminder that His blessings are comprehensive, touching both your personal growth and your ability to positively impact the world. The favor is visible in the harmony that surrounds you, the support you receive without seeking it, and the goodness that seems to flow effortlessly into your life, making it clear that Allah's love, care, and guidance are actively shaping your journey, surrounding you with light, and positioning you to live a life that is both purposeful and profoundly blessed.